I'm going to show you the controls for an Englander stove. Mine's an older model from 2001. It's actually intended to be put into it's a forced hot air, so this is actually intended to go into my normal heating system, and it does. This is one of the main ducts, and but I can actually heat the whole house with it, so it works out pretty well. Here's the control. So to turn it on, to turn it off, simple enough. And it's hot right now, so it doesn't turn off right away. It turns off when it cools off, so let's go back on. So these buttons here all have a function. Obviously these have a function. Let's start off with the basics. This heat range button is an incremental button. Now in this stove we have two augers, one under the hopper here where the pellets are, and it if you set this on an increment, it every so often it turns. On number one, and I'll put up a little chart here. I just stood over my watch and timed it, so it may not be perfectly accurate, but I checked it several times, so it's pretty close. On one, every 17 seconds, that feed auger moves, and it brings the pellets in down, and then the burn goes into the burn box. The burn auger, which turns all the time, it feeds it down to that burn auger. Okay, so this is how often it turns. Now this one, the low fuel feed, this one, which is a 1 to 9, this one works in conjunction with this one. So this is how often the feed auger is going to move, and this one is how far it will rotate. In other words, it's a timer. So on number one, every 17 seconds, it's going to rotate so far. So the larger the number, the longer the time, the more the rotation. Okay? This one, the low burn air one, now right now I've got the blower, the room blower. In my case, it blows into the my duct system, but I know in a lot of Englander stoves it will blow out like a front vent or something. But the one so we'll call the one that's in line in the burn, that's the makeup air fan, and then we'll call this one the room fan. Okay, so here I'm turning the room fan on, and it goes from 1 to 9, and you can hear it goes up and down as I mod up and down. Here, it's just not turning quite as fast, so we'll turn that off. This one modulates the speed of the blower fan, of the makeup air fan. Let me go to the other side here to show you. So that's this fan, which is what draws the air in through the makeup air tube, into the stove, into the burn box, and then is directed out the exhaust. Right? We'll call that the makeup air fan. And this adjusts the speed of that makeup air fan. Now on mine, that doesn't adjust. We can go up all day long, or let's go down. And just by the sound you can hear, it doesn't do anything. If it was adjustable, it would be rising or lowering voltage, speeding up or slowing down that fan. On mine, that's constant. So on mine, I always keep that in the mid-range at 5. Doesn't matter, doesn't adjust. And then this last button, the air on temp, is literally just that. This adjusts the thermostat, which turns on the room blower fan. So if I turn that on to that, and I turn that up to there, this is going to get very hot before the room blower starts. I'm not really down with that. I'm turning this stove on because it's cold, so I want that on. We'll put on 2. So almost as soon as it even gets warm, that blower fan is kicking on and then blowing air up into my duct system. Now that's not to say this isn't useless. You can put a room thermostat, you know, like a wall thermostat, turn the heat up, turn the heat down, and this control will function that and make you know, like a zone, right? And so you can use a wall thermostat. I've never used a wall thermostat, so you know it's not a function to me. I just turn it down and it kicks on and heats the house. Okay, so and again, this is that room blower fan. Pellets are very different. Okay, so a good hardwood pellet burns very hot and burns very long, while a mixed pellet with softwood in it doesn't burn as hot. So with these hardwood pellets I have in here, I might be able to turn the heat range on one, and the rotation, how far the feed auger is turning every time this 17-second increment happens. With those, I might be able to put it at 1 and 2. Now on mine, I have one of these set up. Not super accurate, but it gives an idea. Of course, if it's way up high, I know this thing's burning hot as hell, and down where it's at, it's not burning very hot. But with each new batch of pellets, find out what the minimum burn is, where it will stay burning, which is to say, get it going, get it, you know, warmed up to like here, where it's been burning for 15, 20 minutes, or half hour, or whatever. And then start at like 1 and go down to your rotation, and maybe 2. In about 15 or 20 minutes, if it goes out, you know, okay, I have to go up to at least 3, at least 4, whatever. And that'll give you whatever the minimum burn is. Okay, so let's turn the blower, the room blower up. It's cold today, so I'm gonna get it up to the highest speed so I can get that heat out of there. But if it was too hot in the room, I can't go any lower on my range. I could go lower. With these pellets, I know I can't. I can't go any lower than this. But I might go down with my lower speed. The increment, the distance of rotation when that increment happens, and then the room blower speed. The temperature the blower's gonna kick on at the lower the better as far as I'm concerned, and then the makeup air fan, which in my case they use this control for a lot of stoves, and in mine it just doesn't do anything. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed. Take it easy.